This is 7.4. Here you'll see our diagram. We have 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 in our bar model. We've seen this kind of thing a lot. So down here, I put 1 plus 2 and then 1 plus 2 again. We have 1 plus 2 two times in this bar model. And so we can write it as 2 times 1 plus 2. Let's look at that one more time. We have our 1 up here. We have our 2. And that together equals 1 plus 2. We have another 1 right here and another 2. So we have 1 plus 2 again. So we could write it out as 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2. But there's another way we can do that. We can just say it's 2 times the 1 plus 2 because we have 1 plus 2 two different times. Now, that makes a difference when we're talking about algebraic expressions. Over here on the left, we have our 2 times 1 plus 2. When we go to solve that, we of course do what's inside the parentheses first, that 1 plus 2. And 1 plus 2 equals 3. So now we have 2 times 3. Then if we solve that, we get 6. So if we look over here to the right at our second bar model, we have x plus 3, and again, x plus 3. So that is the same thing as saying 2 times the x plus the 3. That's a simpler way of talking about it than trying to say x plus 3 plus x plus 3. That second plus is kind of weird, but you see what I'm saying. That's a very long way to write it out. It's a little easier to write out 2 times x plus 3. Now we have a problem because x and 3 are different kinds of terms. They are not like terms. X is a variable and 3 is numerical. We cannot add them. So this is what we can do. We can combine like terms. Well, remember our x's and then our 3's up here, because that's what 2x plus 3 means. We have two different x's. We can say, well, I'm just going to multiply the 2 times x to find out how many x's I have, and that is 2x. And then I'm going to multiply that 2 times 3, and that will give me 6. You can see it back up here with this other model. Here's an x and here's an x. There are 2 x's. Here's a 3, here's a 3. There are 2 3's. I combine those. So I can multiply what's outside of the parentheses times each thing inside of the parentheses. 2 times x equals 2x. 2 times 3 equals 6. Let's look at another example. Let's look at 3y minus 4. So y minus 4 are not like terms. So we cannot just combine them and then multiply. So we can look at 3 times y. That is down here 3y. And then we can look at 3 times minus 4, or we can think of it as 3 times that negative 4. And when you multiply 3 times negative 4, you get negative 12. And so we write it as negative 12 or minus 12. So we end up with 3y minus 12.